I'm Henry Barr with the Barr team at RE/MAX Property of the Summit here in Frisco, Colorado. I've been asked a couple times about what is a survey and do I really need one. My recommendation, it depends on what property you're buying. If you're buying a condo or a townhome in a platted townhome subdivision, you probably don't need one unless there's been, in the townhome situation, there's something been done on the rear deck or the side decks or a fence behind it or something to that effect. And you definitely don't normally need one on a condo because that's on a condo plat, and you can't normally make improvements outside of the platted condo footprint. So let's get to when you need one. When you need one is when you be buying a single family house or vacant land. And on those, I would definitely strongly recommend a survey at all times on buying either a single family home or a vacant lot. Well, let's go on a single family home. I would recommend getting what we call an Improvement Survey Plat. It is really a formal survey. It includes property pins. It can be used for building fences and boundary disputes. Sometimes people refer to an improvement location certificate as a survey. It is not a survey. It is a document used in the industry basically to show that the house sits on the lot. A lot of times it's used by lenders, but it is not a survey and cannot be used for fence locations or property, and does not mark property corners. So I'd always recommend an Improvement Survey Plat, and I would tell you, yes, it's definitely needed. Really depends on who pays for it. That's part of the negotiation, but I wouldn't recommend buying a house without it. You'd be surprised what we find when we do improvement survey plats as to where people think the property lines are and where they really are. So strongly recommend that. Same is true for vacant land, and you really want to make sure you know where your property pins are and that it's been pinned, and what we call pinned and staked, because the stakes are what you see above ground, and below ground there's an 18-inch piece of rebar with a cap on it, which is a permanent marker. The stakes you see above ground are not permanent. They just usually stay there until a good wind or the neighborhood kids grab them. So make sure you know where your property corners are. If there are any encroachments, if there's any easements across the property, those are really important to know about. But I would recommend on it, always buying land, that you always get what we call a land improvement survey plat. Shows any improvements on the land, i.e. well caps, fences, etc. So I'd always recommend getting that, or a land survey plat if it's absolutely vacant piece of land. But strongly recommend it. Prices vary depending on the surveyor and time of year and how busy they are. But I would say it's a critical piece of the process that you need to have in your repertoire when you go to buy either a lot or a single family house. Hope that helps. Any questions, as always, call us. Thanks.